So why don't we go to Paso Robles in one of his favorite wineries and check in on the bra himself, Silk Bra in Paso. Oh, dude. Look at that. That is incredible. How you feeling, dude?
You tell me, bruh. Come on.
Oh, dude. Come on is right. It looks amazing. That looks amazing. Tell me about your day, man. Lay it all out. What's going on?
So came up here with the in-laws. My brother-in-law is visiting from Phoenix. Jen Silk, of course. We got up here Saturday. Beautiful. It's been anywhere from 75 to 90 up here. It's a little windy. I hope that's not coming through too much. But the in-laws left this morning, so Jen Silk and I had to take an extra day, just a little one-on-one sesh. But you know how it is.
I know how it is. All right, so dude, are you at obviously, you're at a winery right now, right?
I am. This is we're members at this particular winery. I think I mentioned this when I was on with you and Will. It's called Parish. They got a beautiful Sauvignon Blanc here. I have the vineyard, the estate vineyard in the background here, but I got this little terracotta fountain over here. There's a little putting green. That's pretty sweet.
Dude, incredible. All right, so are you guys staying in town? I don't want to get too out of pocket, but the fam has a place. You got yourself a little bed and breakfast. What's going on?
Jen Silk hooked up this awesome Airbnb, so we stayed there. For our extra day, we're staying downtown, though. There's some killer restaurants here. There's a great Mexican place called Fish Gaucho we're going to check out. There's a tapas place. Do a little of this, little of that.
Dude, beautiful, man. Beautiful. Look at that.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, I took a picture of that for Tom. So, yeah, we're going to do that. And then my school year's not over, so I hope nobody runs this back to my AP or my principal.
Dude, you know what? But, we won't, because unlike you, we're not narcs.
Oh, that really hurts. Like I told you, dude. I sent Smith and Stokely packing, bro. Don't come and break the rules.
Narc, bro. It's all right. I'm just playing. So, are you gonna work your way through Santa Ynez, Santa Barbara, or are you gonna go straight back through when you're done?
We're going to go straight back through. So the winery we really like is on the east side of Paso. So we actually took the 5 to the 46 this time. My in-laws took the 101. So we'll see. We'll see what's faster. But I set my own personal record. We got here from Huntington in 3 hours, 20 minutes. Bro.
Yeah. Oh, dude, that's nice. That's okay. I have to know, if you made it in under 3.5 hours, what time did you leave on what day? And how fast were you traveling?
So, of course, I've got a 20-year-old pickup truck, but Jen Silk's got a luxury sled, bruh. So we left at 7:30 a.m. Saturday, and then, got up here about a little under 3.5 hours after that. So it was Saturday morning, but I was probably averaging, and if the CHP is watching, you can ignore this, but it's probably averaging 85, give or take.
Dude, that's amazing. You made it up there before lunch, leaving at 7:30. That's amazing. That's incredible. So, dude, did you find any time to watch your beloved Dodgers take 2 out of 3 from the Yanks?
So the Airbnb we stayed at, and, I don't like to criticize Jen Silk because that's the reason we're all here, of course. But they didn't have streaming TV. Like, they had streaming, like, you could log into your apps, but they did not have the TV. So I went old school and listened to it on the radio while sitting in the jacuzzi, bro. It was awesome. Oh, yeah, there we go. That's a backyard at our Airbnb right there.
Holy crap, dude. Beautiful, man. Beautiful.
Yeah, pretty sweet.
Living your best life. So what's Jen Silk doing right now?
She is directly she's laughing. She's directly
I thought you had a tripod. My bad. I thought you had this Silk tripod up.
She's directly behind. I was going to have her hold it, but I'm balancing my tablet up against a water bottle. But she's directly behind me. I could say maybe about 2.5 feet away, but every time, the clones, the JXP is, bro, Jen likes to, keep in the background a little bit and, support me as much as she can,
I got because you're a known figure, dude. You're a known figure, and Jen stays in the background. And hey, man, I'm happy for you guys. That's beautiful. I'm not here to hate. That is beautiful. That made it better. Look, how is that visual not better for our stream, dude? That is awesome, awesome.
Dude, if you want, I'm giving you guys permission to use this as B-roll when you roll in and from break. So Lauren, whoever you need to, consider this a me signing a waiver or a release, signing a release right now. But
Dude,
oh,
am I
hey,
am I gonna have to chip you off, or can you send me like 30 minutes of that so we can edit it and dice it up and bump it in accordingly?
dude, I have plenty of cash, man. I don't need that. Or well, Jen
No,
has
no,
plenty
you
of
do
cash.
not, dude. Jen Silk has plenty of cash.
Dude, I don't even carry a wallet.
Why would you need to?
I don't. Exactly. It's like being the president. By the way, if we're talking about some personal stuff, I know you moved recently. I was really hoping you were going to come over the hill and join us on the coast. But you mentioned that you live near a famous biker bar, and I'm not going to say what it is, but I obviously know where you're talking about. So, why the decision to stay on the other side of the hill? Why not, get out to the coast, bro?
Because I'll get into that right now with you and everybody else. But
Sorry,
good, but nice try trying. But nice job knowing where I live. That should surprise nobody whatsoever. Well, only Silk. I can mention I live near a biker bar, and Silk's like, oh, I know exactly where you live, dude. I know your coordinates. I know where you're at. I know your IP. I will be there as soon as we get home. You know what? I'll tell you why, dude. You know the answer. Happy wife, happy life. Because the queen actually wanted to be down there. So, this probably will not be forever, but I wanted to change up, wanted to try something a little bit different. We are empty nesting. So it's been different, as you might imagine, because you of all people know the Rome lifestyle for the past 20 years and where we've been, how we've lived, and now you know where we are. A little grittier, a little bit different, and I like it.
No, I like that. I like that for you guys. And, Janet is obviously one of the greatest people ever. I don't want to get too much TMI, but when I decided to become a teacher a few years back, did that big career change. As you know, your brother-in-law was in education for a long time, and he actually worked a little bit at the school where I did my student teaching. I did my student teaching in Long Beach. So Craig Janet put me in touch with your brother-in-law. Obviously, we're kind of semi-related through cousin Corey and Karis. Like you run into all my friends more often. It's not like you and I run into each other. At some point, we'll probably bump into each other at the A or Moto Mio or something.
I hope not, bro. I hope not. Just kidding. Just kidding. You know what's amazing is Janet. So what Jake did for her birthday, it was just Jan's birthday. Jake got a bunch of people on video to wish Janet a happy birthday. And you can only imagine how emotional everybody was. I'm like, sweetheart, do you know only people who die get that kind of reaction, and you got to see it while you were alive? Because DJ, hell, dude, you have her digits. You text her sometimes. But you know that when I say that Janet Rome is the most beloved person I've ever met in my life, you know that to be true.
She is, and I was, I don't even okay, listen, I see stuff, but I try not to be, a creep, which I'm really not. I only play a creep on X, but I'm not. I was going to text her happy birthday, but I was like, like that. I don't want to freak anybody out. But so if Janet sees this, tell her happy birthday. And
she would have loved it. I would have been creeped out, but Janet would have loved it. Janet loves everything.
Right. I have to walk a fine line. You know what I mean? I'm trying to do it as best I can.
You do, dude. You're good at it. I'm happy for you. I'm happy for Jen Silk. I'm happy that you guys have that. I'm happy for us. That is an amazing visual. And rare is the clone. And when I say rare is the clone, short of like the BIC, I can count on one hand the number. Go ahead, smash that, dude. Just kill that. I can count on one hand the number of clones that could pull off Silk Bra, what you just pulled off from the winery in Paso Robles. So nice job, man. You made it better.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I really was going to talk about the Dodgers, and
you still can, man. I got 2 minutes. You still can.
Well, you know how it is. The best hits on the show, they're not an interview; they're a conversation, bro. Of course, we both know that. And so I'm worried about their defense. It was really fun beating up on the Yankees, but the real test comes. They haven't even played the Padres yet or the Giants. By the way, thanks, Lauren, for going widescreen, because then we get to see the vines out there. Appreciate that, Lauren. So yeah, there's that. And thank you for having Dayon Henley on. That guy is the man, dude. Our mutual bro, Matt Money Smith, always pumps him up. So yeah, that's super cool. And he's from the Shaw, dude. Crenshaw High represent. So that's pretty awesome. But Yeah, man, I don't have too much else for you today, but yeah, so eventually we'll come together and we'll get it all going. I would request. I don't know if he can do it. The new Prize Pick things with Albie, literally, it's like one of my favorite parts of the show now. But I mean, there's no sand out here, but we could probably get a sandstorm on a Monday for this location, bro.
Albie, is this possible? Not on X, not on the stream, but Silk somehow has
sorry
it.
about that. Man. Oh well.
No one's getting it, man, except us on. Well, nobody's getting the full experience because the only ones who can hear it can't see it. It's just you and me.
I get it. It's okay. The X people kind of have to do. Radio used to be considered theater of the mind. Now it has to be theater of the ear for the sandstorm.
There you go, dude. There you go. Bro, you made it better. You did what I ask every single day of every single clone, and Rare is the clone that can do it. Nice job. It's a beautiful visual. Good on you guys. Have fun. Drive safely. And you know what, Silk? We will come together. You know we will. Before we're both in the ground, we will come together.
Dude, you better hurry, man. But dude, you and I don't even think I've ever told you this. My birthday is the day. I'm October 15th, but I'm the big 5'5" this year, bro.
Well, okay, well, now run him. He just gave his age. I mean, come on, Silk.
No. You don't like that car. I don't like that car. Not a very good car.
This dude's too much. The thing is, when Silk says, maybe, bro, we can come together, Silk used to always come together. When I was on the road with the tour stops, we would always come together, brah. Listen, any of you clones, if you can pull that off, you're welcome to do it. That's not some exclusive deal we have with Silk. Silk is the only one good enough and comfortable enough to execute and pull that off, which he did. We'll come right back.